Alright, today we're going to be looking at dividing a polynomial by a monomial. When you're dividing a polynomial by a monomial, you have to recall the quotient rule. Remember, the quotient rule says divide your coefficients and then your variables with the same base, so same variable, keep the base and subtract the exponents. To divide a polynomial by a monomial, you will be dividing each term of the numerator by the term that is in the denominator. All right, number one is review from your power rules, the quotient rule that we learned in chapter 6. So, to start, and a little bit of review, we will start by dividing 36 divided by 4. Well, 36 divided by 4, recall, you should know, is 9. Then we have the same base, x and x, so we will subtract our exponents. Keep the x, 5 minus 3 is 2, so 9x squared. Number 3, still dividing, still monomial divided by monomial, still review. Start by dividing your coefficients. 20 divided by 24 gives you the fraction 5 over 6. Then look at your variables. Start with your a's. Your exponents are 2 and 3, so 2 minus 3 is actually negative 1, knowing that we can't have a negative exponent, so we're going to put that a on the bottom, so it will be a positive exponent. Your b's, 4 minus 4, those cancel. 4 minus 4 is 0. All right, the 0 exponent will tell us anything to the 0 power is 1. And then look at your c's. 6 minus 3 is 3. That is positive, so that will go on the top. 5c cubed over 6a. Number 4. This is getting into today's new lesson, a polynomial divided by a monomial. Our polynomial here is just a binomial, okay? So, to help us on future problems, we need to split this into two fractions. 6x divided by 3, and then 9 divided by 3. Everything in the binomial must be divided by the monomial. So make them separate fractions. 6 divided by 3 is 2. The x will come down because there's not an x to subtract it with. 9 divided by 3 gives me 3. So 2x plus 3 would be your final answer. Number 6. Number 6 is a little bit different. Here we have a variable in my denominator. Still going to work it the same way. Still going to split it into multiple fractions. So 7n squared divided by n plus 4n divided by n. This is a recalling of that quotient rule, not product rule, quotient rule. 7 divided by 1 is 7. Subtract the exponents. 2 minus 1 is 1, so 7n. Plus 4 divided by 1 is 4. The n's are going to cancel. So your answer here is 7n plus 4. Number 7. First thing I need to do is split it into multiple fractions. So 12x cubed over 3x squared plus 15x divided by 3x squared. Work with the first one. 12 divided by 3 is 4. 3 minus 2 gives me just an x. Plus 15 divided by 3 is 5. 1 minus 2 is x to the negative 1. This is a little bit different. I now have a negative exponent. We know we cannot have negative exponents, so I have to make it positive. To make it positive, I need to make it a fraction. Just that part. There are two distinct parts separated by this plus sign in the middle. So, the 4x is the first part. It comes down. plus. Let's work with this second part. The 5 has a positive exponent, so it stays on the top. X to the negative 1 moves to the bottom. So our answer is 4x plus 5 over x. That'll be your final answer. It looks a little silly, but it is your final answer. Number 8. We will work it the same way. This time, though, I have a trinomial divided by a monomial. So instead of making 2 fractions, I'm going to make 3 fractions. 10v squared over 5 plus 5v over 5 minus 15 over 5. 10 divided by 5 is 2. V squared comes down. Plus 5 divided by 5 is 1. And the v comes down. Minus 15 divided by 5 is 3. This 1, I made it dotted because remember, you don't have to write that there. So 2v squared plus v minus 3 would be your final and reduced answer. Number 11, still work the same way, but this time I have 2 variables. So 6a squared b over negative 2ab minus 12ab squared over negative 2ab. Now we're just going to simplify. 6 divided by negative 2 is negative 3. 2 minus 1 gives me just an a, and my b's will cancel. Minus 12 divided by negative 2 is negative 6. A's here cancel, like your b's canceled before. 2 minus 1 is b. I have a double negative. Double negative becomes a positive. So my final answer, negative 3a plus 6b. Okay. Still work the same way. Exactly the same way. So from here, maybe pause your video, try 13 on your own. Number 13, you'll make it 2 fractions. So 14x to the 6th y cubed divided by negative 7x to the 4th y minus 49x to the 5th y over negative 7x to the 4th y. 14 divided by 7 is negative 2. 6 minus 4 gives me x squared. 3 minus 2 just gives me a y. Sorry, 3 minus 1 gives me y squared. Minus 7 divided by negative 7 is negative 7. 5 minus 4 is x, and the y's there will cancel. Again, I have a double negative, so the double negative will become a positive. So my final answer would be negative 2x squared y squared plus 7x. That is my final answer. I have a trinomial again, so I will have 3 different fractions I'm working with. Negative 24x to the 7th over 3x to the 5th plus 9x cubed over 3x to the 5th minus 15x over 3x to the 5th. Start now by dividing and simplifying. Negative 24 divided by 3 is negative 8. X to the 7 minus 5 is 2. Plus 9 divided by 3 gives me 3. X to the 3 minus 5 is negative 2. Minus 15 divided by 3 is 5. X to the 1 minus 5 is 4. Negative 4. Sorry, don't forget that negative sign. Cannot have negative exponents, so let's get rid of them. In my first term, I don't have any negative exponents, so that just comes down. Negative 8 x squared plus negative exponent, so make it a fraction. We know the 3 will stay on top, and that x squared moves to the bottom. Minus become another fraction. 5 stays on top. X to the 4th moves to the bottom. So my final answer is negative 8x squared plus 3 over x squared minus 5 over x to the 4th. Sorry, my 5 did not look like 5. Okay, there you go. There's your final answer. And the last one we're going to look at is number 19. Take a look at 19. It is done the same way as 18, but it has a funky little answer. So I want to show you and work through that one, give you extra practice. At this point, pause your video, try 19, and then start again. All right, make 3 fractions. So 15x to the 5th over 5x to the 4th minus 25x cubed over 5x to the 4th plus 5x squared over 5x to the 4th. Simplify. 15 divided by 5 is 3. 5 minus 4 is x. Minus 25 divided by 5 gives me 5. X to the 3 minus 4, negative 1. Plus 5 divided by 5 is 1. X to the 2 minus 4 is negative 2. Again, we cannot have negative exponents, so let's simplify. 3x, because there's no negative exponents, that's all positive, minus, make this a fraction, 5 stays on top, the x moves to the bottom, plus, again the fraction, 1 stays on top, x squared moves to the bottom. So your final answer should be 3x minus 5 over x plus 1 over x squared. I hope this video helped. Good luck.